Hi everyone, welcome to. Hopefully by the time this video comes out, I have a name for this. I know it's been a long time since we last communicated. I wanted this to basically be a space for me to talk and tell stories and talk about anything that I want to talk about. I know a lot of you guys ask me to start a podcast every time I'm on Instagram, whether I'm yelling about politics or AI or anything that I figure I can rant about. You guys always ask me, where's the podcast? Where's the podcast? And just so you guys know, a podcast is not coming at least anytime soon. But what I can offer is this, right? I kind of want this to be its own podcast within my YouTube videos. Outside of what else I'm going to do here. I still have a lingering cough because I was sick for 20 days with what felt like the plague. I think we should start by addressing the elephant in the room, which is that I haven't posted a video in 7 months and I am so embarrassed. I'm kind of ready to talk about a lot of things that I didn't think I would ever talk about online. But I can't lie, guys. I am really tired of making videos pretending that I am okay when I know that I'm not. I think a lot of people were noticing, like, is Val okay? Like, she has been going through it. Starting my YouTube journey again last year was a huge accomplishment for me, and it was one of my biggest goals for last year. I learned how to edit my own videos, I learned how to do animation, I learned how to do the graphic design stuff for them, and it was a really exciting journey for me because I was falling in love with content creation again, which I haven't felt in a very, very long time. I have been doing content creation since I was 15 years old. At the time, I had no idea that's what it was, right? But I'm coming from, the MySpace days, the Facebook days, the Tumblr days, and then the Twitter days. So going back to my first viral post, I was a 16-year-old going to prom. That you know what I mean, guys? So I have been on the internet for a very long time. Essentially, I just got really, really bored of it, and I didn't understand where my place was in this industry anymore. And it was really weird. I think that when TikTok came around, it was really hard to adjust to the short content form of videos because I was never really a video girly unless I was doing YouTube. The YouTube videos were helping me kind of they were just helping me fall in love back with why I even started doing content creation in the first place. Why content creation essentially changed my entire life, right? But fast forward, I want this video for me to be very transparent, although I'm not going to be transparent about every single detail because there's a lot of things that I'm not ready to talk about. But I do want this to feel just not me pretending. I don't want it to feel like I'm pretending because when I'm on Instagram, when I'm on Twitter, in a way, that's me just doing my job, right? When I'm on Instagram, Instagram is like a portfolio of my job. And when I'm on Twitter, I'm there to promote stuff. Or, I'll say something like very, very sassy that I know will go viral and get a lot of likes. And again, it's me doing my job. But my YouTube channel, I don't care about the views here or the likes, and it's not for me to like sell you a product from my business. It's literally just me wanting to just say whatever I want and then talk, which is one of my favorite things to do, is just yap, 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 yap. And it feels like a place where I can be honest and not have to play the social media game in a way. Anyways, now that we got that out the way, we can start by what even happened to me last year. Like, you guys are like, girl, what are you talking about? Last year, 2025, was really tough. I mean, I started my year off with the breakup. Obviously, that is such a weird thing to talk about online, which I'm not really gonna touch too much on it. I'm just gonna, basically, I started the year off with a breakup, and it was the breakup of my life, right? Like, the breakup of the person I thought I was probably gonna marry, clearly didn't work out. It's okay. But that happened a year ago, and that's how I started 2025. And then after the breakup, I ended up having a bunch of things in life. Basically, I think life just wouldn't let me breathe, right? From health issues to family health issues, friendship breakups, and basically, a bunch of other things. But I started feeling um betrayed by basically most of the people that have been in my life for such a long time. And it was something that has been, even till now, it's really hard. Like, although it's been months, and I'm still trying to heal from all of these different things, but it felt like I had to heal from everything at once. And then from past traumas of things that had happened to me, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it just felt like everything for some reason was just okay, like you have to deal with this now. And yeah, I kind of lost my mind a little bit, guys. I can't lie. Like, I was pretty insane. I think even the way I was treating my YouTube channel was pretty insane, because I really didn't have the time to be doing what I was doing, but I was sacrificing so much of myself to keep myself busy and not deal with my emotions of everything that was going down in my life. But it really did feel like my life was falling apart. And it was just such a hard thing to come to terms with, because it's weird. It's a weird thing, right? You go your 20s. When I was 21, I started a business, and it was my dream to start this business. And then it's been 7 years now, and so many things happen. And the reason starting the business obviously was me starting a new journey, and it was a start of a new life for me, right? At the end of the day, when I turned 21, I started the business. It was a new journey, it was a new start. And then my life this last 7 years, I realized, oh, I don't want to live this life anymore. And that was really hard to come to terms with. But it was the realization of, okay, either I'm going to continue living my life like this, and all of these people that I feel betrayed and hurt by are going to continue being in my life through this next journey, because I have been wanting to just start a new journey. Like, I feel in a way kind of stuck in a loop of what's next, right? And I am someone who, as you guys know, I'm always looking for what's next, right? I mean, I went back to school, I studied video game design, I made a video game. And then the YouTube channel, like, I always love starting new things. I like learning new things. But I think that for the last 7 years, I felt that a lot of things were supposed to just be in my life forever, right? And that's the boyfriend, the friends, the even family, like all of these different things, they just, and the job, like everything felt like, oh yeah, this is the life I chose at 21, and this is going to be my life for the rest of my life. And then you realize, like, well, actually, I I don't want that anymore, right? And that's what 2025 was for me. Unfortunately, I basically ended the relationship I had with most of the people in my life. I was just in a really dark place. And by the way, I'm not saying I'm good now, guys, by the way. Like, and then we'll talk about that. But I did have to make a lot of changes because I wasn't feeling good. So then my brain was, okay, I need to get rid of everything that doesn't make me feel good. So once I got rid of everything that wasn't making me feel good, and there's still a lot of stuff in my life that doesn't make me feel good. But once you got rid of everything, I realized I was left with nothing. And yeah, it's been really weird. It's been really weird because you get rid of all of the triggers and people that aren't making you feel good about yourself, and they're not like being supportive, or they're not being the friends you want them to be, and you feel like you're outgrowing every single person in your life. And then once you get rid of everyone, you're like, oh, wait, like I have nobody. And that was basically the biggest part of 2025. It was the end of all of these relationships that I just thought we were going to be like this forever. And it's crazy because that's how it started, and that's really how it ended. So many things happened to me last year, where the common the common denominator was always loyalty and trust, and me feeling betrayed by everybody. And, basically looking inward as well, me not understanding why people do certain things, or me not understanding, I don't know, just like I didn't understand. And I decided to basically scratch everything. And just so you guys know, I was losing my mind so much that I was pretty set on moving to Colombia completely this year. I was going to sell every single thing I owned, and I was just going to move, and that was it. Like, I just was feeling so suffocated by life. And then I wanted to just run away from it, right? I was really over it. Fast forward, obviously, I'm glad that I'm still here and that I didn't move yet. But now there's been a lot of me trying to take control over my own life again, because it really did feel, for the last 2.5 years, everything keeps getting worse, right? And I do think that I hit rock bottom in 2025. So once you hit rock bottom, you feel like, okay, the only way to go, it's up. And I do think that the reason is not as noticeable that I've been going through all of these things is because I have a job that I can't quit. Own a house that I can't just leave and like move out of. Like, it's just all of these things that are super um permanent in my life are is the reason why I still have some type of structure. But I really, and then the same thing as all the responsibilities I have. Like, it's not, I can't just be like, okay, fuck everything, forget my family, I'm never talking to any of them again. Like, that's just not how life works, obviously. So although I wanted to do those things, it was not easy. Fast forward, where am I now, and what have I been doing in order to kind of regain control over my own life? Well, the main thing is I'm in therapy now. And it's so weird because it's been a couple months, but I was like, well, I don't really want anybody to know. But I guess now everybody knows because it's going to be on my YouTube channel. But it was really weird at first because I'm not somebody who struggles talking about my feelings. I'm not somebody who struggles talking at all. I love talking, but it was a weird thing. I think it's weird and it's uncomfortable at first because you don't really understand what are we doing here? Like, I'm just gonna tell you my feelings. So that was really weird, but I am getting used to it, and I think I am starting to like it actually. And it's very informative and educational. As you guys know, I love learning things, so it has just been a really interesting journey with that in itself. I think it is helping, right? Actually, no, I do think it's helping. Another thing about me is I'm really self aware on why I feel certain things. I am not somebody that, a therapist will have to try to understand where they're no, like, I would tell you, this is how I feel, and this is exactly why I feel this way. It's just very interesting, but I am liking it. So I started therapy. Woo! And then the next thing I started doing was my fitness journey. Unfortunately, the rumors are true. It does help. But I think anytime that I had to take breaks from working out, whether it was for traveling or, during the holidays like November, December, there just wasn't even time for me to prioritize that. And then I got sick. So then things felt like they were going downhill again for me. It's really frustrating because when you're trying to take care of yourself and you're trying to do all the things and you still feel like nothing is working, it can be really discouraging, right? And you can feel very alone and isolated. And I don't know, I'm somebody, like, I hate failing, and it literally did feel like I was failing at a test. Like I with my mental health situation, like, it just felt like I was failing at a class, which my biggest nightmare is failing at things. And yeah, I have been having to tell myself, like, hey, this is not something that, it's not linear, and it's not something that you're supposed to get an A on. Like, therapy is not like something you're supposed to, oh my God, you're amazing. Here's the A. It's just isn't what it is. It's not something that you can really fail at either. So I have been trying to remind myself of that, but it's obviously easier said than done. Like, it's easier for me to tell you guys that than it is for me to do that myself and like actually feel those things. But anyways, I am excited because I am back to working out. I started doing yoga again and I started doing my hot Pilates, and I am going to stick to this for the rest of the year. Okay, guys, I really think that that is I is necessary in my life for me to be working out, because when I don't, I feel awful. And then also working from home, I work from home a lot because most of my job is through a laptop, right? And when you're doing that, sometimes you'll go 2 weeks without leaving your house because you're just in your little office typing away. And why would you go outside, right? When I go to these classes, or when if I'm going to the gym or anything, it is me leaving the house, and I think it's very important. Fitness journey, ugh, the worst one. That is my worst. I hate that journey, just so you guys know. It is not fun for me, but it is necessary for me, so I am going to continue doing it. And then what else have I been doing? Oh, okay, so the next thing, I have been sober for over a year. Woo! I didn't think that my life was going to change that much when I decided to stop drinking alcohol. And the only reason I feel that way is because I wasn't an alcoholic. I didn't drink all the time. I didn't drink every weekend. I was only a social drinker. If you invited me out to a party, we were having drinks. So I never felt I had a problem with alcohol at all, which is what's funny is that when you tell people that you don't drink alcohol, every time they genuinely just think that you were a menace to society. They're like, what were you doing? Why did you quit alcohol? But my reason for giving up alcohol was due to health issues. I had to get a liver biopsy. They still don't actually know why my liver behaves the way it does, but it's not connected to alcohol, by the way. I just figured, well, I'm not going to keep drinking alcohol if that's not good for my liver, and I already am having issues with my liver. So I just decided, well, I'm just going to treat it as if I'm just allergic to alcohol. And that mentality really helped with me not having a sip of alcohol in over a year. And I am really proud of it, actually. I am really proud of it because at first I was like, oh, this is going to be so easy for me. But I can't lie, guys, during the first few months, it was kind of hard. You don't realize how much people drink. You don't realize how much you actually drink. If you're going to dinner, if you're going on a date, there's just a part of it where it is nice because you feel a little empowered by alcohol. Everyone is different, but like for me, it really was something nice to like calm my nerves. It actually was a huge reason of why a lot of my friendships ended. And not in a million years did I ever think that that's what was going to happen. But after quitting alcohol, a year in, I was realizing I actually have nothing in common with a lot of my friends anymore. And the only thing we had in common was we liked fucking drinking and we liked going out and we liked going to the clubs. And I just wasn't in that part of my life anymore. And although I pushed myself to continue doing these things because I valued friendships so much and because I didn't want it to affect my friendships, I was still going to the clubs and I was still going out, and I didn't care that people around me were drinking. But then when you realize that other people aren't willing to do the same for you and that you're in this new journey, it's just not really fair to yourself to continue surrounding yourself around people that just aren't meant. And it, by the way, like nobody is wrong in this. It's just, oh, like we're just in different parts of our lives. It is something that I am really proud of. And although I wasn't an alcoholic and I wasn't addicted to alcohol, I think that when you can remove something completely from your life and do it successfully, it kind of just feels like, oh, I accomplished this. It took discipline to go to dinner and not have a drink. It took discipline to go to parties and not have a drink. It took discipline to go and be at like, getting tables with my friends and not have a single drink. Yeah, it was, I am really proud of that. At the end of the day, now I realized, okay, well, it's okay that my life isn't the same that it was a couple years ago. So, aside from therapy, being sober, fitness, and doing all of these things that I am trying to do to take care of what's going on here and here, right? And I'm trying to basically heal myself from all of these different things that I have been really hurt by. While all of that is going on, I got super lonely. Again, like when you remove every single person that you think is hurting you, and you remove everything in your life that you feel like is hurting you, you are left with nothing. Like I said, like it just, you are left with absolutely nothing. And that can be very lonely. And it can be really frustrating because you're like, okay, well, w- like both things are hurting me, right? However, I told myself, like, well, if I keep choosing what I've been choosing for the last 7 years, I'm always going to be hurt. At least in this other way, there's just so much possibility for so many different things. I have built a lot of new friendships in the last few months too. Like, I have started a lot of new friendships, and that has been a very exciting thing for me. Nonetheless, unfortunately, because of everything that went down, and everything that I was feeling, I feel like I just put a pause on a lot of my goals because I was feeling so overwhelmed already. The only focus that I wanted was, okay, I need to get my mind right. I don't feel okay, and I don't want to feel like this anymore. Because of that, one of the biggest things about me is like I love accomplishing things, and I love taking things out of my to-do list. Because of what I was going through, like I just didn't even feel the motivation, or I didn't feel any, I really just was feeling so suffocated by everything around me. And then now I am still feeling pretty overwhelmed, but I am feeling more hopeful than I was last year, if that makes sense. Like I feel more hopeful for the future. I feel more hopeful that I am going to figure things out, and I am going to be able to heal from a lot of things that I just didn't think I needed a professional to help me heal from them, to be honest. I'm very independent. So I go through things pretty much. I can talk about it, but then I'm always just like, I got this. I'm gonna get over it. I always feel that I'm going to get over things. After I realize not only am I not getting over these things, it's actually getting worse. Like it's affecting me in every way possible. Just so you guys know, I literally developed an eye twitch of the last 2 years. When I'm stressed, my eye starts twitching, or when my rosacea, which I also developed in the last 2.5 years. When you realize how all of those things are affecting you physically, it can be really scary. And I think that's how I felt last year. Like I was scared. Like I was just really scared of what was happening to me and my brain and how I was feeling. And I decided to, okay, like I'm not gonna give up, because it's always like the fight between like, do I just give up? Do I just say fuck all this? Like I don't care. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just not going to keep going in this thing of trying. But then the other choice is like you keep trying and you try new things. And I am trying a lot of new things. Obviously, therapy is super new, and fitness, which I really hate. And then I'm reading more, and I'm also, this year I really am removing scrolling as a pastime for me. And this can flow us into the next point of, I love reading, and I used to love reading as I was a teenager, and I love learning about new topics, and I love going into these new I just love going into other worlds, right? Um, but obviously, our phones play a huge part. And when your phone is part of your job and social media is part of your job, it is very, very hard to remove yourself from it completely. It's impossible almost. Like, I can't just remove myself. Like, how would I can't, right? Like it doesn't matter. You just can't just be like, oh, I'm not going to do social media, because our lives now are so surrounded by what social media is. When you're not on social media, you almost feel like you're not part of society. Like I feel FOMO and things like that. But now I am really strict with my screen time. I'm really strict with no scrolling at all, the only thing I do on Instagram is post. The only thing I do on Twitter is post. And then I go on like the pages I like, which is I love movies, as you guys know. So I go on like the film Twitter pages and I just retweet anything new about movies. And then on Instagram, I just go and I look at what my friends have posted and then I just like their stuff and then that's it. And then I leave. And that actually has been helping. However, it's been really tough because it's not an easy task to go cold turkey with social media. But I have been reading a lot and I got a lot of new books, which I'm really excited about. And if you guys are looking for different ways to, I don't know, guys, like I feel like a lot of us are just kind of drowning. I think there's a lot of things going on that are out of our control, right? So for me, there's so many things that are out of my control that this and my mental health is really the one thing that I am trying to figure out how to take control over because it just got really spooky, right? It got really spooky. Last year was kind of crazy. Obviously, everyone is different, but those things have been helpful for me. They haven't solved all the problems because still a lot of things that are affecting me and I don't really know how to go through those things without I don't know without just I don't know I don't know, maybe I sound pretty stupid saying all this stuff, but but whatever, that is my experience. I didn't want this video to feel like okay, I'm okay. And I did all of these things and now I'm okay and everything is fine now. No, that's not what's happening. Basically, I'm trying all of these things and I'm hoping that all of these things help me feel better. And they are things that I personally feel that they are working slowly, but I do see the difference. So the way I wanted to end this video was just me letting you guys know that I am super excited for this YouTube journey. We actually have an editor now, which is Jaden, which I'm super excited. We're really trying to attack this YouTube channel this year and I'm just really excited for the future. And I haven't felt like that in a long time, again, because every time I feel excited about journeys, I kind of sabotage myself and really have been getting in my own head, which is so unlike me. Now I am just like, okay, I feel that I got rid of a lot of distractions and I feel like I'm in the right path. I am understanding that it's okay that I want different things. That was also something that was really hard to come to terms with. I kept feeling guilty for wanting different things as a 28-year-old, 27, 26 compared to when I was 21. And I just keep having to tell myself like it's okay. Like it's okay that you want different things. It's okay that you want to, change this. It's okay that you no longer want to continue being part of the same life that you have been doing. Like it's okay. Hope that maybe this resonates with some people out there. I think that my social media is so perfectly curated that people wouldn't even realize how dark it's been for me, you know? Even in the super pink room and in the super pink life that I have curated for myself. It's really weird, right? Like it's really weird with social media because you almost feel like detached from it. And that's how I have felt with my platforms. I feel detached from it. They're not even me anymore, which is why I changed my Instagram up. I want to be more like, oh, this is what's going on now. But obviously, my Instagram, in a way, it's a portfolio of my job. That is how I get jobs. So I am not going to go in there and ruin what I have built for years. It's just a weird thing, but I do love this space. I hope you guys do as well. Hopefully, we can make more of these episodes. I'm super excited. By the way, not every episode on here is going to be about my mental health and things that I'm literally like trying to figure out. Usually, when I come and talk about things is things that I have already been doing for months. It's things that I already experienced and that I'm ready to talk about. But I really do want this space and these type of episodes to bring us back together and for us to be able to talk about all of these different topics, politics, story times, mental health, and romance, and all of these different parts of my life. I am really just excited to navigate this new journey with you guys. In the midst of all of that, I realized we actually do have a name. So thank you guys for watching the first episode of Emotionally Drained. Thank you guys so much. I'm really excited for these episodes, this YouTube channel. It really brings a lot of happiness into my life. So thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you soon. Love you, Barbies.